Hello, everyone. I wanted to bring a quick thought to you and what I would consider just some quick tips or quick strategies on shifting your day. I think that a lot of people right now, uh, it's normal to maybe have a bad day, to get complacent or feel stressed or feel worried or feel angry or feel fearful. But I think the one word that we all have to realize is a super powerful word is that's perspective, right? Perspective can remind us that it could be worse. Perspective gives us the ability to shift our emotions to either empower us or disempower us, right? And our emotions have an effect on our momentum. And to me, momentum is a huge word. And different people can create different momentums in their life based on their perspective. You can literally create negative momentum. Have you ever heard someone says, "Oh, I mean, this day just couldn't get any worse," and then guess what happens? It gets worse, right? We have to be careful of what we ask for. We have to be careful of how we speak to ourselves because momentum can affect us from a positive or a negative. But the perspective that we have on what's happening in our lives or on any given day gives us power to control that environment. And so just remember that perspective, is the very definition of life happens for us. It doesn't happen to us. It's a great example of perspective. And so perspective reminds us the contrast that it could be worse. It's polarization. Again, half of the population makes less than $2 a day. So remember that perspective is a tool that could turn a day that things aren't going very well for you or you're having a bad day, a down day, and it could shift it into a positive day. And I'm going to give you some tips and some strategies and tools that if you practice this muscle, it can help prime you for any day that you're having, and it can create a very positive outcome in that day. I love the philosophy in the parable, the man that complained that he had no shoes until he saw the man that had no feet. So remember that there's always a opposite side perspective, or we've always heard in an argument there's three sides to every story. That's three different perspectives. It's three different views of the world. And so I'm going to encourage you to adapt, use perspective to adapt. And I'm going to give you, 5 quick strategies to implement that can shift your day and shift your perspective immediately. The first one is breathe. There's a lot of great breathing apps, or Move. I hope that most of you have heard motion creates emotion in your body, right? So if you're having a bad day, stop, disrupt the pattern, go get on your bike and ride like there's no tomorrow. Ride like a bat out of hell, right? Or move, go for a run, maybe a sprint. But shift your movement, shift your physiology. Motion creates emotion in the body. A simple trick, if you're sitting at a desk and you need a break, just stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, or move the muscles in your face. There's 80 different muscles in our face, and they're probably the most unemployed things on earth. That's pun intended. But the point being is that they're not used as much as they should be used. And so you can control how you feel, and your physiology is part of that, right? And so remember to move and to breathe. There's a lot of great breathing apps. There's a lot of great breathing exercises. Just Google a couple. I can also share some with you guys. But key number one, strategy number one is to move and breathe. Strategy number two is to adapt, right? How do you adapt? Let me tell you one powerful way to adapt in any situation or shift your perspective, right? And that is the power of a question. Ask powerful questions in the moment. Here is one key question that you can ask yourself that can change everything. If you're going through something bad, whether it's a situation or a day, ask yourself this question. Write this down. What is the opportunity here? What's the opportunity here? See, that is turning something bad into good, right? That is creating polarization for yourself. So, key question, what is the opportunity here? Number 3, I would tell you, is to do an exercise that You can practice at night, or you can practice it in the middle of the day to shift your perspective. Again, it's all about shifting your perspective, adapting. And that's do a gratitude exercise. And don't just do any gratitude exercise. Do a gratitude exercise and make sure that you feel it. Really get associated with the feeling of gratitude. Think about it, visualize it, see it, smell it, feel it. And write down 3 things that you're grateful for in that moment. Take 3 minutes and write down 3 things you're grateful for. Right? I want you to think about this, is that when you feel it, then you're truly grateful for it. Worry will disappear. Anger will disappear. There will be no fear. And so a gratitude exercise is a great way to shift your perspective, create polarization. And I'll tell you another tip is text 3 people that you appreciate. Like, create gratitude as an action as well. Text 3 people that you appreciate them, whether you love them or that your life wouldn't be the same without them in it. And then number 4, I would say, is use the language of prayer for your family and your friends. Either have wishful thoughts, pleasant thoughts, abundance thoughts, wish well on others. Take the emphasis off of you and shift the perspective to other people. That's number 4. And then finally, number 5, I would say, is create visualization, positive visualization. Just take 3 minutes, close your eyes, and visualize one positive thing you want to do for the rest of the day. One thing you want to accomplish, right? Or maybe it's 3 things, but don't overwhelm yourself. Just keep it very, very simple. Work on this every day. Always see it better than it is, and then create momentum. So I'll tell you one bonus tip too, is if you can get in nature, ground yourself, go get in nature. Remember that we are just a spoke in a big wheel, right? That we're a part of something that's so much bigger than us. And so hopefully you'll enjoy those things. Remember, move and breathe. It's so important to move. When you move, you release neurotransmitters that, increase your dopamine levels, which that is the part of your brain that creates inspiration. You release serotonin, that creates pleasure, right? And you suppress cortisol, which does what? Suppress fear. So remember to move, and then gratitude, feel the gratitude, create polarization. Remember that it's the best tool in the world. Fear can't exist when you're in this state. Use the language of prayers for abundance and focusing on others. And then, and remember this, we'll always do more for others that we care about most of the time than we'll do for ourselves. And then create a compelling vision for yourself. Work on that. And that could even be in the moment or the day. And then the most powerful question of all, what is the opportunity here? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Remember, you control how you feel. These are just 5 simple tips, 5 simple strategies that can help you shift and adapt to any bad day or any bad situation. And so remember, make sure that your life matches your blueprint. Always adjust and adapt. These are simple ways to do that. So with that being said, appreciate you guys being you with BU, and we'll talk to you really soon. See you guys.